Today we are going to cover is today we are going to start with the structure statement. Okay, and so far what we learned is how to do this one data declaration, how to show create a variables for a small simple integer string and all. Okay, so what exactly this when we create any variable to store local variable to store a value, it stores a single value. It means, for example, if you create a variable lv underscore a, then for of type integer, then system allocates a block of memory for you to store this value. So whenever you provide some value to it, it will store some that value into this block. Okay, so it means one single block it is assigning for your local variable and you are storing data. At any point of time, you can access this data by using this variable and you can override this data, but it's a single value field. Okay, but today what we are going to do is today we are going to learn about a structure. Okay, what is structure? Structure means a group of variables. A group of variables or a group can be considered as a structure. Okay, so simple. So how to define this? One more thing is, for example, let's take a table. Okay, our standard table like a document number, like always we take this example, right? A document number created on, and then material, quantity, unit. So this was the standard example which we take to understand any kind of concept. So in this table, so this whatever column names I am considering, these are nothing but one column name grouping together to form a table, correct? So we call this combination of variable columns called a structure. Okay, we call this as a structure. Before creating any table, first you need to understand what was the structure of the table. So it is a wording kind. Okay, we use the structure word to define some this kind of statements. So now what we can say, a structure is a combination of columns, okay, of different data types, not singular type. For example, if you say take document number, it is a varchar data type. Created on day data type. Material is a varchar. Quantity is a numeric decimal number. Unit is again a character string. Okay, so like this, a group of variables combinedly together forms a structure. Okay, now how to create a structure and what is the benefit of creating a structure? These points we are we are learning now. So the first point what we learn is how to create a structure. What was the syntax of creating a structure? We will see now. Okay, so now I am going to my program. So first our requirement is to create a structure. To create a structure, we must use a keyword called types. Types is the keyword which is used to define a structure. Types begin of. Begin of is a keyword. So after begin of, you need to write your structure name. Types is a keyword which is used to define a structure, and the syntax of creating a structure is begin of. It starts with the begin of followed by the structure name. For example, here material. Let's say material. Okay, and then it ends. The structure statement ends with the end of again the structure name. Y underscore material. So it means just when you if you wish to create a structure for it to store some material related information, then it must start with the begin of, end with the end of, followed by the structure name. Okay. Now I am going to create a structure called material. In this particular structure, I am going to store. I am going to store the information like material group. Okay, material type. So these are the three different. Let's take material type and weight. Let's take weight. Okay, so these are the four different information which I will wish to store in in this structure. So then now how I am going to define this structure here. So first of all, the first column here is material. So I am going to write material. type string. So it's up to you whether you can write string or whatever it may be, or character within a specific length. And then material type MET type string, and then material group type string, and then weight type. Let's create it as a decimal type. Weight type P, length. Let's take 16 and decimal 3. So now I defined a structure which is having a combination of 4 fields, and this is y underscore material is the structure name, and these are the 4 fields which form this table. So now using this table structure, using this structure, now I can create a table. Okay, it means to create any table, for example, now since I created these 4 fields, or else why these 4 fields, let's go for this document number example only. Yeah, let's go for document number example only. Document number type C. So when we create a document number, generally what we do, we give length of 10. So this, like this also you can create your variable structure, document number, and then create it on type D because it is of type date, and then material type C. I want this, every time this material is of length 18, right? When we create table or something, we always create with this length. After material quantity, so when come to quantity, it is a decimal type. So P length 16 decimals 3, and then finally unit of length 3 type C. So this is my structure. So now in this structure, using this structure, what I can do, I can create table. So now when coming to this table concept, generally if you wish to create a table in SAP, is like in a SAP system, the table can be created in 2 ways. One is the database table. Okay, what is it? Database table. What exactly database table? Any table that is to be called from S11 transaction code. For example, if you go to S11 transaction code and for example RSPC IOBJ. So this is one of the RSD IOBJ. So this is one of the standard database table. It means if anything is accessible via S11, then we call them as a database table. Okay, apart from this database table, you can create internal tables. Internal tables are nothing but the tables which are created within the program, and once it doesn't have any exposure out of the program. It means those are called as tables only within the program. It means in the program we can store some data in the table, but once the program got closed, then the program existence will be, the table existence will be also vanished. Okay, those called as internal tables, which means programmatically created tables. Okay, those are not database tables which we cannot access from S11 also. Even when the program is running also, we cannot call them from S11. Okay, those are only within our program code, and using our debugging mode, we can go there and check whether how the data is coming and all. Okay, so those are called internal tables. So to create an internal table, we need a structure as a reference. So how to create internal table? By using the keyword data LT, and by using the data, like how we create variables using data keyword. In the same way, by using data keyword only, we can create internal tables also. LT underscore. Now I want to change this table name also. Instead of material to I will change here the sales. Y underscore sales is my structure name, because since I changed the fields in my structure. Okay, so LT underscore sales. Type standard table of Y underscore sales. So to define any table, in an internal table, what was the syntax for creating internal table? LT underscore sales is the table name which I am going to define to my table name. So LT underscore sales type standard table of means I am defining a table with the name LT sales which is of type standard table using the structure Y underscore sales. Okay, so when we create this internal table, we will create one work area also. So this work area, or we can call it as a work area only. Okay, ls underscore sales structure also we can call either work area we can call or either structure we can call. So since it is table, here I define it as lt, means local table. Okay, since I am going to create now work area, since it then a local structure. Okay, lt ls sales type my structure name. Okay, all these whatever words we are using currently in our program, all these are new words, but I'm trying to explain each and everything, and at the end of the program you can understand the existence of each and every whatever structure or table by we are creating and what is the use of it. Okay, so for what we learned, how to create a structure, we learned how to define a structure, and then using this structure how to create one internal table, and using the same structure how to create a work area. So these 3 points so far we covered. So what is the use of creating a work area and what is the use of creating a internal table? Here now we are going to look into. So now if you create a database table, then if I ask you to insert some records into it, how you will insert records into it? By going to the menu bar, create entries in a table, we can do that one. Or else you need to create, you have to, how it is, you have to write some some SQL statements, insert, update, modify kind of statements to update some entries into this internal table. So, but when coming to this internal table within the program, by coming to the internal table, if you want to insert some records into your internal table, so first what you need to do, you need to insert a record into your work area. So what happening here is, first of all, what we did is we created a structure. Okay, structure means which is nothing but a nominal form of this kind of line structure grouping together into one single. Okay, so this is your step 1. So next what we did is using this particular structure, what we did is we created an internal table. So by defining it as a standard type of table, then it is nothing but you created a table. So we did it as step 2. Okay, now again using the same structure definition, what we did is we created a work area. So what exactly means work area? Work area means work area is a kind of structure which contains only single line. Okay, when I defined anything as a table means there is no limit for the number of rows in this table. Okay, table means it's a table format, but we are not defining, we can define the size of the table, but if we don't define, then it is a table which can accept records. Okay, we are not talking about the length, how many records it accepts, we are not defining at all. It means it is unlimited. As per our requirement, we can insert records into this table. But when we create a structure, by default, or it's constantly always single row. A structure can hold only single row, that's it. Not more than one record a structure cannot hold. Okay, so structure always hold one. So I created a structure initially, which is a nominal structure kind of thing. Then I created a table. Then I created a work area. A work area can store only one record. This is very important point to understand. So now how I am going to fill my internal table with data. Okay, I can fill internal table with data in multiple ways. But at this point of time, we are going to learn the first way. What is the first way? First of all, the steps for filling the internal table. So what I need to do first, I have to fill my structure. Fill the work area. I can say better, instead of you calling it as a structure, better if I call it as a work area. Fill the work area with the data. Okay, now what is my example? Let's say, for example, I want to fill my internal table with this kind of data 2022-01-01, and then material as M1 and quantity as 100, and this is as unit, and 1000 to 2022-01-01 M2, and sorry, M2 and 50 ST. Okay, now I want to insert these two records into my internal table. So how I am going to do? So in order to perform this one, what I need to do? First, I have to fill my work area with the data. So 1000, because work area always holds a single record. So I need to update my work area with 1001 created on 2022-01-01, material M1, quantity 100 and ST. So after updating this work area with my required information, then this work area I need to append. What I'm saying, I need to append means to the table. So I need to copy this particular record from my work area and I need to insert into my table. So like this, you are inserting records into my table. So once you are done with the first record insertion, now clear your work area. Means something, delete the information whatever you stored in the work area. Now again update the second record 1000 to 2022-01-01, and the second record is M2, quantity is 50, unit is ST. So once you update the second record in your work area, now append. I am using the keyword called append. So program also I am going to use the same thing. Now append this work area into your internal table. Append means I am not deleting the existing records in the table, but simply adding the second record to my internal table. So like this, we are going to, if you want to fill 100 records also, the same way you are going to do. Every time you need to fill your work area and then update this record into, append this record into your internal table, so that your internal table is keep on growing with the length number of records you are inserting into your internal table. Okay, so this is the whole process of updating data into your internal table. Now let's see how to write it programmatically all these steps. So when I'm saying here update the work area with the required information, so updating work area means a work area contains multiple columns, right? And if you wish to update the first column, you need to call this work area with this name and with the column name, and then provide the information. For example, if you have a variable LV_A, and if you wish to save data of 10 into it, then how we are going to write formula like a code LV_A is equal to 10. Then this is a assignment operator from the right hand side to the left hand side variable. In the same way, if you wish to update 1001 document number to this work area, then you need to call it like ls_data is my work area. ls_sales is my work area, and in this work area which particular column you are going to update, you need to with the hyphen doc_number is equal to 1001. If you give in this way, then it is nothing but you are updating 1001 particular value into this particular column of the work area. Okay, since it is a string type, we need to prefix this for 1001 within the single quotes. That is important. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let's see, look into it practically. So far in the program, I created a structure and I created a table and I typed internal table and a work area. So now what I am going to do, as I said here, in order to insert records into my internal table, first I need to fill my work area. Okay, so I'm writing a comment here to understand better. Here filling work area for first record. Okay, so how I'm going to fill? In order to fill the work area of the first column, it means if I want to fill this first column, how I'm going to call it as ls_sales is my work area hyphen doc_number. So this is my first column is equal to 1001. Okay, similarly for the second column ls_sales hyphen created on. Okay, by pressing the control and space button combinedly, we can get this kind of hint. Okay, and clicking on the tab button, it will be auto filled. So created on is equal to, since it is a date field, we need to give 2022 0101. It's a date field. Even date also we need to prefix in the single quotes only. And the material, how to call material? ls underscore sales material is equal to m1. ls underscore sales quantity means I am filling each and every column in my work area with some value. Okay, quantity is equal to 10. If you are passing integer number without decimals, then you can pass it directly, or if you wish to pass decimal places also, then you need to prefix, we need to include the value within the single quotes. ls underscore sales unit is equal to st. So like this, I need to fill. So by doing this, what I'm doing, I'm completely filling all the columns in my work area with the data. So once you are filled with data, then what you need to do, you need to append ls underscore sales to lt underscore sales. So doing so, what will happen? So when you write this append keyword will insert this particular record, whatever record you created now. It will insert this particular record into your work area, into your internal table. Okay, so that is how an internal table will be filled in the programmatically. Okay, one way, it is only one of the way to fill the internal tables programmatically. Now whatever record I am filling now, this is my own record. This is not coming from anywhere. If I want to fill a record on my own, then we will go with kind of this kind of scenario. So now try to fill one more record here. So filling the work area with for second record. With the second record. Okay, so how I am going to do, instead of to save my time, what I can do, I can copy paste this entire process, because process is same, only the values are changing. So I am updating with 1002, I am updating with the date, same date I am going to give. I am giving my material as M2, and I am giving my value as 50, and that's it. Second record also updated, and then simply click on check button and click so something LT sales does it have a component called quantity. Then here you see here I defined with the wrong name, quantity. Okay, check button, that's it. And then click check button, it is everything is fine, activating my. So now using the debugging mode, we are going to understand whether whatever I explained on the sheet manually is the same thing process happening at my code level also or not. We are going to learn this programmatically. So using debugging mode. Now, in order to perform debugging, so instead of going back and then coming here, in the debugging mode, I can keep my session breakpoint here and then click on this execute button. Okay, then what happens? Simply system directly goes and stops here. Okay, now if you see here, if you double click on the LT underscore sales, you see when you click on LT underscore sales, it is telling 0x5, which means there are 0 records currently in this internal table with 5 columns. So what are those 5 columns? If you double click on LT sales, you can see those 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This row number is a system default number coming here, but which is not considered as a extra column. Okay, 1 document number created on material quantity unit. These are the 5 different columns in my table, and at this point of time, as you see, attribute standard table. So it doesn't have any records at this point of time. Okay, and if you double click on LT sales, as I said, LT sales is a structure which holds only one record. It means it is not a table, it's a structure. When you double click on the structure, you can see document number contains nothing, null value created on. Since it is a date type, default value is 0000, material quantity unit. You can see you can store one particular value under the structure. You cannot store multiple values. Like a local variable kind, but a group of variables called a structure. Now what I am going to do, initially I am going to, you see, at this point of time in LT sales, you don't have any data. Okay, now the first line, 21st line is executing. LS sales, nothing but this LS sales hyphen document number, nothing but within this we have one document number column. Okay, so now when I press F5 to this document number, it is filling 1001. How you get to know? So double click on this doc number, then you can see this ls sales hyphen document number 1001 got assigned. If you go to this work area now, you see now this document number will update in the work area. Okay, so now again one more F5, F5, F5. So by this point of time, what happens? All the 5 columns in this work area got filled with data. Now double click on this work area on the right hand side. You can see all the data, all the columns in your work area or structure got filled with information. So once you are done with filling information, then what next we are going to do? We are going to append. At this point of time, my LT sales is containing 0 records. When I press this F5 button now, you see now it contains 1 record. So it means this work area got inserted into my table. You see 1 record got created in my internal table. But still, even though it inserted that particular record, it still contains data. Okay, this work area still contains data. Simply it inserted this record into the work area. That's it. Okay, now next. So what I did initially here. So now generally when I am explaining in the Excel sheet, what I said, after filling the data, inserting the data in the record, do clear, means delete the data from the work area. This is what I said when I am explaining on the Excel sheet. But in the program, we forgot to write that kind of step here. Instead of forgetting that, we directly written the second statement. It means we directly write in the assignment of second record into this field. So what happened here? Now when this particular 31 record got executed, line got executed, what happened? In my work area, I already have previous information. Now the latest information is getting overwritten. You see 1001 was overwritten with 1002, and remaining fields are still the part of by the end of this particular second one, what will happen? This particular second work area got updated with the second record. You see 50 quantity M2 record, M2 material. So when I press this, okay, since I don't have any further statements after append, after executing this statement, I will come out of it. Yeah, sorry, let's wait. Let me write here clear statement now to understand in a better way. After appending, clear your work area. So how to delete the data from the work area? By using the clear keyword, clear ls underscore sales. By using this particular statement, you can delete the information from the work area, and after append statement for write by. Okay, so by doing these things, okay, by now let's go to debugging mode. Since we have a session breakpoint here, click on execute button, then go here, then we are at this particular line. Okay, again, when we are executing the debugging mode, so currently my session breakpoint is here, so cursor also stopped here, and instead of going F5, F5, F5 again, pressing F5 multiple times to reach to this point, instead of that, you can keep another session breakpoint here. Wherever you want to stop, press F8, then it will again stop here. Whenever there is a stop button on the left hand side, say cursor will stop at that place if it reaches that place. Okay, na? So if you click on it, it will go off. Like you can turn on the session breakpoint, you can turn off the breakpoint here. So now after appending this one, then what happens? My internal table LT sales contains 1 record and LS sales already filled with the first record information. Now when I execute this clear statement, what is happening? You see, if I go to LS sales now, everything, whatever we already updated earlier, everything got deleted. So we don't need to write, single clear statements for each and every column. By writing the clear statement on the structure level, we can clear all the data from the structure in one attempt. Okay. Now I'm updating the second record in my structure. So now if I go to structure now, I can see my second record was updated here, and currently my internal table contains 1 record. Now when I press F5, what happened? You see, now it contains 2 records. If I go to internal table, now I have 2 records in my internal table. Okay, so this is how to insert multiple records into your internal table manually. This is all manual activity. What you means in the program, via hard coding your data, you are updating this one. Okay, in multiple ways we will fill the internal table. We see those the other ways in a later time, not now. Okay, finally writing by. So that's it. So I hope it is clear. So now so far what we covered is, how to insert these two covered. Now here, when updating the work area, appending record into the internal table, now whatever way now I written here, it is a standard way of updating work area and then adding record into the internal table. There is another kind of, way is there how we can fill internal work area. Okay. So now we are going to learn a new syntax, how to fill a work area. Okay, so how it is means, for example, if you go to SAP help or in some kind of places, latestly they are using this kind of operation. So ls underscore sales, ls underscore sales is equal to values hash followed by values hash doc underscore number is equal to not values, value. ls underscore sales is nothing but our work area. Actually, for each column in my work area, I'm assigning one constant value here, right? 1002 date and all. Now instead of this is record is individual record, this record is individual record, each and every record is individual. Now you can update all this information in one single step also. Now that's how what we are going to learn. ls underscore sales is my work area is equal to value and followed by space. There is a space between of value after value and then hash, and after that I started one bracket. Doc number is equal to 1003 is my here. After document number, okay, I given wrong word here. Document number D1 and UM only, and then created. You can write small letters also. Created underscore on is equal to within the single quotes 2022-0103. Okay, and then material is equal to M3, and then quantity is equal to, for example, 10. Unit is equal to ST. Okay, and then brackets close and then full stop. So doing so, what happened? You are filling your work area. When you are filling work area, each and every column in your work area, you are updating with one value here, and then at the end, so everything you are doing in one step. Okay, after filling this work area, simply writing the same append ls underscore sales to lt underscore sales, and then write a write statement by further debugging mode to see this particular line execution. Okay, pretty printer, check, activate, everything is fine. I am keeping my breakpoint now at 30 line 9, so I don't want to process all my lines. I want directly come to this 39 line. So click on execute button. Now you see my program got stopped directly at 39 line. So by this time LT sales contains 2 records and my ls sales contains okay, I forgot to clear my work area. You see my contains second record. Okay, now when I press F5, you see all the record got, in one step it got executed. And if I go to my ls sales, you see third record was updated in my work area. And then by simply clicking on the append statement, executing the append statement, now third record got inserted into my internal table. So instead of writing 5 different lines, you can create now at this point of time by using this latest syntax, you can write data in one single line into the program. Okay, continue. So when you click on F1 help on this particular one, here you can see this expression. This is nothing but value type value operator. We call it as a value operator. Okay, a value constructor with the value operator creates a result of data type with specific type. So what is the use here? A non-generic data type hash cat symbol for the operand type. when an initial value hash is passed to generically typed form, it is a generic type. So what is the use of it? I think it constructs the content of the following structure. It controls the type of result. And then note, the value operator can also be used to construct the content. The value operator mainly the same syntax as in the instance operator. So just I'm trying to understand anything is there newly here. Fine. I think nothing new. Okay, fine. So there is not much not more, there is no too much important here points here. So we can ignore it. But as I hope you understand now how to insert records into internal table by using manual way of entering data into your work area and then entering records into internal table. In our tomorrow session, what we are going to learn is whatever records you inserted into this internal table, if you wish to display them on the output screen, then what you need to do, you need to loop to this internal table and then print them on the output screen. So or else what I can do, we can take it in a tomorrow session, not today. Okay, now it will be too heavy for today. So coming to the assignment part, as I need to provide some assignment on this internal table. So what I ask you is, you can, I'm giving some assignment on this one. Create an internal table with structure, okay, with the below structure. So what was the structure here which you want to create your internal table? So like, name, student number, okay, name, and marks total. Total means grade, and percentage grade. So these are the 5 different information. Okay, you are going to create a structure with this particular in this particular format, and then you need to create an internal table and update data into it. So create an internal table with below structure, and then finally fill the below data into the internal table. So when you create an internal table, so I can give you name of this internal table also. y_student is the internal work, structure name. Now fill the internal table, table, right? Table means LT_student is the table name, and to the below structure name is used as y_student as a structure name. And when you're filling the data into this internal table, so what kind of data now we are going to enter here? Student number 1001, and name is, for example, Srinivas, and total is 700, and percentage is 70%, and then grade is 8, and 1002 Malaysia, and you can give 800. Okay, percentage, so if I take then 850, percentage 85, 855, because I want to define this percentage as a decimal number, so that's why I'm giving 855 here, and then 85.5 percentage, and then grade as a B, only, and then give 1003, and then give 950, 95% A plus. So in a string you can give alphanumeric also A plus, you can, A plus. Okay, so like this, you try to fill these 3 records into your internal table. Okay, that is your homework. So you are in this program, you are going to cover structure creation, work area creation, and internal table creation, and then use filling the work area, and then updating into internal table. So whatever we discussed today, everything will be covered in this example. I hope it is clear. So I am stopping recording.